Hey everyone, my name is Spunky. Well, it's not really Spunky, but yeah. If you're watching this, you probably found out about the channel through Discord or personal relations, but I just wanted to introduce myself. This video is probably just gonna have some random B-roll footage of me running around in um, one of the Pokemon games. Um, but I just wanted to introduce this channel that I'm starting to get going, just as kind of a personal project. Um, I've been playing Pokemon since I was 7 years old. I remember telling my grandma, once when I was at her house, that I wanted her to take me to Target so I could look for a book. Needless to say, I returned with a copy of Pokemon Heart Gold for my DS, and I had no idea what it was. It just looked cool. I had seen some Pokemon stuff, um, just as you would in pop culture, but I'd never played any of the games before. Um, and while this was my first Pokemon game, I had no idea what was going on. I was 7 years old. Uh, I distinctly remember naming my rival question mark, question mark, question mark when the police officer arrived because I thought that's how the game prompted it, and I thought that, well, you had to get it right. I also got lost in the national park in the bug catching contest and never even made it past Bugsy. However, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything. I think it has really helped to develop a main passion of mine. My next few games included Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and other copies of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so Gen 4. After I told my babysitter that I liked Pokemon, and she got her older brother, and he gave me all of his old games, as well as some of those really funny old guidebooks and things like that. Now I realize now that those games were Game Shark to oblivion, but I still had fun. I still ran around, didn't really know what was going on with my 6 shiny Groudons, catching everything with a Cherish Ball, you know, um, average Pokemon trainer behavior. First game I really understood as I played through was Black 2. I remember I was in 3rd grade, and my dad took me to GameStop uh, after I had babysat, quote unquote, my little brother while he was out mowing the lawn, doing yard work and things like that. And somehow he's kind enough to let me come home with a used copy of Black 2. So this was probably a year or so after Black 2 came out. I heard my friends talking about it at school, heard crazy playground type rumors about it, and I wanted to play it. These were the first games that I really tried to understand, and when I actually started getting into playing a Pokemon game from the start. Um, I would play it all the time. I'd play it before I went to school. I remember I would play it in the car on the way to school and ask my mom if she could save the game for me when I jumped out of the car, um, and things like that. Um, I distinctly remember encountering Verizon one time when I was about to leave for a sleepover with a friend, and I decided to turn off my game um, instead of just closing the screen and catching it later. And I never ended up getting the legendary. Um, and yeah, and I have developed one of my greatest memories in this franchise. When I believe I was in early 4th grade, before X and Y came out. I had a sleepover with one of my best friends at the time. He was also into Pokemon, and he helped me beat Iris, the champion. We came up with this super epic strategy that was probably just me being absurdly overleveled and spamming Earthquake. Um, and I was so excited when I finally beat her. And then the 3DS and X and Y came out. When these games launched, I didn't have a 3DS yet and was still playing Black 2. I remember my friends or people at school spreading all kinds of rumors like your Pokemon can really die and you have to pay to revive them, and you can let the evil team win and they'll destroy the world. On Christmas Day of my 4th grade year, my parents graciously gifted me with a 3DS XL and a copy of Pokemon Y. I absolutely love this game. I have a lot of nostalgia for this generation because it's the first game that I really played during the hype season. and that I really understood. But then something funny started to happen. As I went to fifth grade, all the people around me didn't start liking me anymore. I became that kid who was still into Pokemon. There's nothing, and you know, kids went down different paths. And there's nothing wrong about this, but it always left me feeling kind of left behind. Over the next couple of years, I moved around a lot. And Pokemon was always something that was consistent and comforting to me. No matter where I moved, I could at least find a few folks who still liked it. I remember going crazy with my neighbors in sixth grade at a park in our neighborhood, reacting to the Sun and Moon reveal trailer, and we would just sit on our trampolines and just theorize craft all day long um, about the most absurd things that we wanted in these games. Um, Although it was still hard for me, and I felt like I had to hide that away sometimes. Um, and high school was rough for me. I didn't know anyone going into high school, and I had always struggled with social interaction and making friends. Um, I remember during my freshman year, I would sit during lunch alone, and I would just watch the likes of Absol blogs and MNJ TV on my phone. And not to sound weird, because I don't mean it in this way, but it was almost like they're my friends. They had built this community that I felt really, really a part of, and it was just kind of comforting for me. I met my best friend during high school my sophomore year. He was a junior, but we met at a church gathering of all things and bonded over Pokemon after I accidentally let something slip that alluded to my interest. This was Sword and Shield era, so right after Sword and Shield and when schools closed down during the spring, we would spend our days just walking around outside and talking to each other about it. And then we would go home in the afternoon where it got super hot and we would just exploit the shiny raid dens that you could used to do in Sword and Shield. Um, and we would just farm those all day and give them to other people and things like that. Today, to say the least, I'm on a different path than I ever thought I'd have to be. I left my dream college for a number of health reasons. I work at a coffee shop and do online school. I'm more happy than I've ever been, but it's taken me a long time to get to this point. Pokemon has always been there for me. It served as a form of comfort and constancy outside of my incredibly supportive family. Right after I had to leave school, Scarlet and Violet dropped, and I ordered me and my brother a copy. I'll never forget those days in November and early December, when he would come home from school and actually want to play games with his older brother. It really meant everything to me. And all this is to say, so now what? Well, I wanted to share my thoughts and stories. I'm inspired by a lot of great people on this site that have made really enjoyable content for me, and I want to show how this franchise has helped me for the better. Basically, it's you saved my life. I'm literally a fictional animal. Um, yeah, thanks for watching. On this channel, I hope to upload shiny hunts, video essays, and playthroughs surrounding Pokemon. I just want to share my enjoyment for this franchise and maybe pay back a little bit what this community has shown me about being kind to others. And just, yeah, it's just gonna be a project of mine.